We said we are here at the Mount Edgecombe area in Durban, where the incident happened just hours ago. We'll just speak to the Major General Anthony Gopal, who will just briefly tell us about the information, because it seems as if there are 3 crime scenes that are relating to basically to this one. Thank you very much, Major. Briefly about this incident, we know that your officers were ambushed. What can you tell us about that?
Good day to you. Yeah, I think, we're currently in Mount Edgecombe Flanders Road, where we had a crime scene of the unfortunate fatal wound of one of our colleagues. There were 2 of our colleagues in this particular vehicle who were on duty, and the one has been fatally wounded, and the other has been airlifted with is in a critical condition with multiple gunshot wounds.
You did mention earlier on that there are other 2 basically crime scenes that relate to this one.
That is correct. Prior to arriving to this scene, the suspects that were firing upon these members started to fire upon them a few kilometers away from here, and they continued to pursue to get away from the shooters. And unfortunately, they ended up with being shot at the tires in this particular bend, where the second scene exists. And then from here, when the suspects had concluded this shooting, they left the scene, and we have subsequently now discovered the vehicle that was used in this crime scene outside of this particular area, where it is currently the suspects burnt that vehicle and fled that scene.
Do you know how many suspects at this point in time?
For now, we do have an imaging of the vehicle with suspects on it, but it's a little bit fuzzy. We'll have to clean up that footage to establish exactly how many. There was an eyewitness that did witness the shooting, and he himself also could not give us an indication of exactly how many suspects. But it's safe to say that there were not less than 3 suspects in the back of the van, and in the front of the van there were suspects, which we cannot say whether it was 2 or 3 in the front.
We also understand that there's been a call about the police officers protecting themselves during these kinds of shootings. What is your stand in relation to that?
Absolutely. We made the call to police officers that we've trained them, we've equipped them, we've trained them in the use of firearm, we've trained them in the use of force appropriate to the threat that is against them. And in terms of Section 49, they must then use the appropriate action. Appropriate action, relevant and equivalent to the force that they face in this instance, is gunfire. Gunfire cannot be any other way than to protect your life or the lives around you, is to retaliate with the gunfire. And similarly, our call is on police officers to use the training and the tools we give them. In this instance, we at this stage do not know to what extent they exercise that right, and we will discover that during the investigation.
The concern around basically losing 2 officials that were in the intelligence.
It's a great loss. We know we are facing so many threats in our country that we have to beef up our intelligence, and the South African Police Service management has been seriously trying to do that. It's one of the calls that the acting minister has made, one of the calls that the National Commission has made. And we then find ourselves in this particular state where officers that are already very scarce and rare on the ground are depleted in this particular fashion.
Major General, have the families been notified about this kind of incident that have taken place?
Well, as we speak, the members have gone to the deceased member's family. They're en route there, as well as the one that is in hospital, to inform them of who they are and what has happened. So we have deployed our chaplain services together with the commanders to go and attend to that.
Thank you very much, General, for your time.
Thank you very much.
There was a Major General briefing us in relation to the crime scene that have happened in this area. Unathi, we are asked to move away from where we are.